Hello, it's Tori and this is yoga for back relief and tension. We're going to start off in child's pose, a great way to calm your brain and gently stretch out the whole back. Use this time to center yourself and set an intention for your practice, such as, I release all tension holding me back from true happiness, remembering to inhale and exhale. If you'd like to see more yoga videos, please subscribe and hit the bell to keep up to date for new uploads. Now coming up and dipping your stomach down into cow pose. Keeping your head up and then rounding into cat. We're going to do this 3 times. These are great warm-up poses to wake up your upper body. Back down to cow, dropping the chest, and rounding the back into cat. One more time, dropping the chest to cow and rounding into cat. Now reach your right arm above your head and look up to the sky. Then bring it down under your body and reach out to the left, stretching out your shoulder. Then come back up and reach up to the sky. Now do the same on the other side, reaching up to the sky and then down under your body across to the right. You can also reach your opposite arm forward to create a deeper stretch. This video is going to work your upper, mid, and lower back, but it's good to get the shoulders limbered up first. Now come back up. Tuck your toes under and lift up for downward facing dog. Don't push it too much for the first one, keeping your legs bent if necessary. And then you can begin to walk out your dog by bending your left and right leg. We're going to slowly work towards having your heels flat on the ground. This is a really great pose to stretch out and warm up and wake up the whole body. Now bend your knees and undulate forward into a plank position. Lowering your knees to the ground for chaturanga or half yogic push-up. This is a great pose to keep your upper body strong. Now lift up your chest for cobra with your hands by your low ribs at the side. Then coming down, leading with the head. Coming back up again for cobra. Slowly lifting up that chest slightly. Each time you do it, maybe you can bring your chest up slightly more. Now, clasp your hands behind your back for locust pose, lifting the chest and the feet. This strengthens the whole back body and also opens the heart. Come down and rest by crossing your arms under your forehead. We're going to do one more time, clasping those hands behind your back and coming up. See if you can lift a little bit higher this time. This is going to be really effective for building strength in your back. And then bring those hands forward again to rest. Now we're going to come up for a gentle back bend. Sphinx pose, resting down on your forearms. Release and come down before tucking your toes under and rising up for downward facing dog. Or you can also rise up and fold over your toes like I just did. Remember to keep pulling your navel up to the sky and really trying to bend forward with that. Then we'll pop to the front, slowly rising up into halfway lift and then coming down for forward fold. Before rising up vertebra by vertebra, making sure your head is the last part to come up, then lift your arms up over your head and reach to the sky. Really lift as much as you can to create a delicious stretch in every single muscle in your body. Then dive down into a forward fold. If you can comfortably touch the ground with your legs straight, see if you can fold deeper, aiming to touch your legs with your chest. Be careful not to round your back. Then a short rise to halfway lift, coming up on the fingertips and looking up. Then step back into plank. Plank is a great pose for building strength in your back as well as your core and your shoulders. Now let's take a little break. Coming down onto your knees for child's pose. You can either have your knees together or out wide, depending on how flexible your hips are. Then come up and sit down on your bum. We're gonna loosen and mobilize our spine with a seated twist, bringing your left foot next to the inside of your right knee and crossing your right arm around your left leg. Twisting your torso and see how far you can gaze back behind you. If you want to take this further, raise your right arm up and create a deeper stretch by bringing your right tricep to the outside of your knee and lifting up your right hand. Now untwist and return your left leg down next to your right, and we'll change sides. Bringing that right foot next to the inside of your left knee and crossing your left arm around your right leg. Twist your torso and see how far you can gaze back behind you. Bringing round that left tricep to the outside of your knee and the left palm faced out. Now untwist and come to lie down on your back. Knees bent and feet flat on the floor, about a hand's length away from your bum. Now, with your hands and feet firmly on the floor, lift your body up by leading with the tailbone for bridge pose. Roll your shoulders underneath your body and clasp your hands underneath you to lift even higher. If you need support, grab a block or a few books and place them at the base of your spine. Slowly unclasping your hands and coming back down to a flat back, taking a rest in Supta Baddha Konasana or reclined butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together and see how far you can open your knees to the sides. Then bring the knees back up and get ready for the second side. Hands flat by your sides or clasped underneath and roll under your shoulders, lifting your body up. Don't forget to keep breathing in and out through the practice, especially in the more challenging moments. Then release. This time you could widen your feet to the sides of your mat and rest the insides of your knees against each other. This is a wonderful passive position for the lower back as it flattens against the ground. Then one last time up for bridge pose. This is a great pose as it strengthens the back body while stretching the thighs and stimulating the digestive system. See if you can lift even higher on this last one. And coming back down, and you can choose between a butterfly or knees leaning inwards as your resting pose. Now we're going to come up for an inversion. Lifting the feet to the sky and placing your hands on your back for support, pushing up into shoulder stand. Make sure your head stays straight looking upwards. Do not move your neck in this pose. Reach with your toes up to the sky. We don't want to risk breaking any necks. Then if you can, keeping your legs straight, begin to drop your legs behind your head for plow pose, working towards the toes curling under and touching the ground behind you. Continuing to support the lower back with your hands or you can clasp them with your arms stretched out back behind you like you did in bridge pose. This is a beautiful deep stretch for the whole back. Inversions are also great for stimulating the thyroid and reducing stress and fatigue. Then supporting your back, kick up to the shoulder stand. Make sure you squeeze your stomach muscles for a strong core support. Then slowly begin to release, vertebra by vertebra, flat onto your back. We're going to do a quick couple of twisting poses before our final resting pose. Bring your right knee to the chest, and while shifting your hips slightly to the right, bring that right knee down to the left, trying to touch the floor. Make sure you keep both your shoulder blades firmly on the floor. So if that means your leg can't reach as far, that's fine. Just be patient and be with wherever your body is right now. Then bringing that knee back up and swap over. Pulling the left leg or the left knee to the chest and twisting it round to the side. And bringing that knee back up and hug your knees in to your chest. And you can rock your back from side to side, giving yourself a little bit of loving by massaging it out against the floor. You can also rock your back gently from side to side, making circles with your knees to relieve the whole back, mindfully applying pressure to wherever your back needs it most. Then finally, we'll make our way down for everyone's favorite yoga pose, Savasana or corpse pose. If your back needs additional support, you can also prop a blanket under the arch of your back. Savasana is always the most rewarding pose as you allow yourself some time to reflect on your practice and feel the benefits of working into your muscles. This is a great opportunity to remember that intention you set at the beginning. We're going to rest here for about a minute. Now begin to wake up your body by wiggling your fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead and stretch as much as you can. Bring your knees to the chest and give yourself another big hug. You've done so well today. Come down on your right side for fetal position and place your right hand under the side of your head. Now come up to seated, legs crossed to close off our practice. Arms stretch around and up, meet palms together and down to your chest. Sending you so much love and gratitude for doing yoga with me today, loves. Namaste.